Hey, what's up? I'm Chardeney, and today I'm going to be showing you all my sewing corner and supply wall. Lately, I've really been into doing a ton of digging around and research over on Pinterest to get some ideas and inspiration on the various ways I can go about organizing and storing away my gear, supplies, tools, and things of that nature. So this video is part of a home office series, and if you're currently in the process of reorganizing your home office space, setting up a sewing room, a craft room, content creation space, or whatever you want to call it, be sure to check out some of my other videos for ideas and inspiration. But for now, let's check out what I have going on behind me and how I currently have my home office and creative space set up. So this is currently how I have the first half of my home office set up. I'm planning for this to be a dedicated space to work on more of my larger craft projects and a place where I can just get back into sewing. Now, this table and these carts on the side may look like a set, but actually, the table is an item I bought from my old studio apartment, and the two carts on the side, I purchased these from Home Goods. I simply covered the top of the table, the carts, as well as the chairs with wood contact paper, so that way it will match the rest of the theme and decor that I plan to have in the rest of the space. I'll have a separate video showing you all how I did that, as well as how I attached the pegboard to the wall. So now, let's get into this first cart. In this first cart, this is where I store away my fabric and patterns. You will notice I don't have much because I'm still in the early phases of getting into sewing, and this is something I do during my pastime. You'll also see that I primarily have a ton of simplicity patterns. That's because my mom mailed these to me during the panorama and mentioned that simplicity patterns are beginner friendly and they tend to be easy to follow along with. So that's why I have predominantly simplicity patterns, and because they were sent to me by my mom. Behind the cart is where I store all of my cutting mats. I have them clipped together with a large paper clip, and then I hang them on the back with a hook, so that way they are tucked away and hidden and out of sight and out of mind. On top of the cart, I have a cordless iron, which comes in handy, especially if you're trying to iron something that's small, but sometimes the cord may get in the way. It's super handy to have a cordless iron. And then directly next to it, I have a tripod that's hooked onto the table, so that way I can film some of my overhead review videos, reels, or other social media content. I'm also really into affirmations, funny memes, or quotes, so I have this jar of optimism on top of this cart, and it has positive things and sayings and phrases, and I like to pull from this jar if I ever need a quick little pick-me-up. And sometimes I might write on a post-it note something funny that might have happened, and it comes in handy to just have this random jar of affirmations or just funny things to reflect on. Now, moving along to my metal pegboard, I have this large spool of white thread because you can never have too much white thread. I have this cute little donut that has all these push pins and needles, and this pink little mini planter pot that I use to store things that I frequently might use, like measuring tape, a seam ripper, mini scissors, spare blades, and all the goods. I also have this cute little cactus magnet. If I need to ever pin something on the board, I have this magnet so that way it just pops onto the metal pegboard and I can use it as needed. Above that is a cup that has more supplies like rotary cutters, pens, chalk, and things of that nature. I also have another box of clips that I use when sewing. This is actually a card box, and I thought it was cute and it matched my decor, so I just kept it and repurposed it so that way I can store buttons, pins, and other smaller items. I store all of my yarn here. I usually wrap gifts with this, and above that is my label maker, and next to that is a container where I store hem tape, ribbon, and trim. And this is where all of my thread lives. I just have all the basic colors for now, but at some point I'll thread some of my spare bobbins and then add more colors of thread to this collection. The sewing machine will stay on this table. I attached this power outlet here for my lights, my sewing machine, iron, or anything I may need, and it also has USB ports on the side, which comes in handy when I need to plug in other gear and equipment. The second cart is not fully organized yet, so don't judge me. But this is where I store some of my disposable cameras, lenses, film, any point and shoot cameras that I may have. And then beneath that, I have cables and tools such as mini drills, hammers, or other just craft supplies that I may need. On the side of the cart is where I store microphone cases. And I store them inside of this gold wire band that I just hooked on the side of this cart. And it makes it easy for me to grab if I ever need to store my microphones in a case for a quick shoot. Then behind that is where I store a few of my tripods. So that's essentially the space. Be sure to like this video if you found anything I shared useful, or if you have a home office or craft room video, drop a link in the comment section. I enjoy checking out other people's spaces and home decor, and I'll keep you all updated on the changes I make to my space. Thanks for watching. Bye.